Okay, Kevin McCloskey here with assistant coach Wes Kaiser for the Warrior wrap-up following the Eastern Alamance game. A dominating 20-0 win over Eastern Alamance. Wes, this week I've heard a lot about the hurricane and a cone of uncertainty. In tonight's game, that cone of uncertainty went away when Penix ran in that touchdown and in the third quarter. Your thoughts on the game?
I thought the game was played very hard on both sides of the ball. We came in knowing that Eastern likes to put up points, and so our defense really had to step it up, because if we can keep them from scoring too much or from scoring at all as we did tonight, we knew that our offense was going to get the job done and take care of this team and just win the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And talk about the play of the defensive line. I know you coach the defensive ends in particular. I thought Josiah Bellamy had an outstanding night, particularly in the first half. Darius coming off the edge, and the entire line really shutting out a team like Eastern Alamance. That's something to be proud of.
Very much. I'm extremely proud of the defensive line as a whole. The DNs played really solid. Josiah came off the ball a lot. Pooh was making plays in the backfield. But I heard through the grapevine that at one point Eastern had said the weakness in our defense was our interior. And as you can see tonight, our interior stepped up and played 100% and didn't give them any way to run the ball.
Yeah, one of the key things in the game was after we got up 14-0, Eastern put together a very nice drive. First and goal at the 5. Got down to about the 1 foot line on fourth down, decided to go for it. Keontae stuffed the run. I thought the linebackers had an outstanding game as well.
Oh, very much so. One of the best plays I saw for linebackers is we picked up that screen they tried to do over here, and that's something we've been trying to get to happen, and so the fact that it did was awesome. And then as a whole, the defensive stand down here, it goes back to us saying that we've had at Western Alamance, we bend but we don't break.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Keontae also with the scoop and score tonight to get our going. We got off to a slow start. The first offensive series was not actually a thing of beauty, so we had to pump back. But when Eastern got the ball, they fumbled it after a first down, and Keontae scooped and scored. Coach, now looking ahead, trying to take one game at a time. Next week we'll go to Rockingham County. We know that on paper we should beat them. What do you do as a coaching staff to get the team motivated after a huge win like this to get ready for Rockingham County?
I honestly think they'll be a little bit self-motivated just because coming in here, shut out, putting up 20 points is something they've really wanted to achieve after the past 2 years of losing. So going forward from here with this win, now you talk about a boost of confidence and staying positive and just being able to roll on. Yeah, we'll look at it one game at a time, but the next game is going to be a win. The next game is going to be a win all the way until we get to the end.
Yeah, and that's the way to do it. One game at a time. One game builds on the next. We keep doing that. We're going to get there. One other standout I wanted to mention, he actually won a player of the game. And it's also his birthday today. Very happy birthday to Jake Chrisman. Jake playing on both sides of the ball with some impressive runs on offense and filling in at quarterback, and then on defense delivering the blows. He's become our enforcer.
Very much so. He's an all-around athlete. He's fast. He likes to hit. He can take a hit. He's one of the toughest kids on the team in my point of view, and he really showed what he was made of tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, one bad thing for the Warriors tonight is the thing that killed us tonight were penalties. We could have put up at least 1 to 2 more scores if not for penalties. Are those things that can be worked on, and how do you focus on that?
That's the mental aspect of football, other than knowing your assignment. Penalties, just knowing, when the snap counting is, being aware of where your hands is. Those are things that we work on in practice and talk about and discuss. But, sometimes in the heat of the moment, especially a game that's this hot coming in, penalties are going to happen. The question is, can you be positive and confident and turn around and continue working?
Yeah. And I want to give a shout-out to this coaching staff in general, both obviously on the defensive side for the shutout. The offensive side, we put up 20 points, but what I thought was key, I had a flashback, Coach. About 4 minutes to go in the third quarter, we're down there getting ready to score, and we turn the ball over. Basically, the exact same thing happened last year when they had the pick 6 and turned the entire game. One thing I thought this year is we didn't panic. The offensive coaches stayed level-headed, didn't go for the jugular, just played smart football, burn the clock, scored the points, and then the rest takes care of itself. So, your thoughts on the offensive strategy?
Our offense as coaches are really good at, I've already said it once, but being positive and confident that if something bad happens, we're going to be positive and overcome, and that's what they did.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I hear most often from them is a positive response, and I think we did that tonight. So, Coach, I'm going to let you go celebrate with your team, and congratulations, and we'll see you next week at Rockingham County.
Appreciate it.
Good job.